Hello. Today is going to be a gear video of what's in the pack. This is not going to be a gear review, just what's in the pack. We are in Damascus, Virginia. We have gone 1,727 miles, plus a little bit extra. And this is what I'm carrying right now, to include water and food, snacks. This is everything. This is my pack. So I'm going to go through the pack and show everything that's in it and pull it out of the bag. So I'm going to start on the outside. I carry a lot of water. I have two 1 liter bottles, one on each side, and then one 0.7 or 700 milliliter on the front here. I don't always carry them full, but I have them on my bag, depending on how far apart the water sources are. But most of the time, 1 full liter and then my 0.7 in front that I drink from. It's the time of year for hunting, so this is my addition here that wear as needed. This is a friend that just kind of got added, so he tags along with me. And going to the front pocket here, my sit pad, which is just whenever for breaks or what have you. It goes up front, and Scoop's sit pad. It just fits well in my bag, so I carry it. Very light. And I have, these are my camp shoes or water crossing shoes. These are the Zero, I don't know the name of them, but these are the Zero shoes, real light. And down in here in the bottom is my rain jacket. This is a Montvale Versalite, just a real lightweight rain jacket. And like I said, this is how I'm carrying it on trail. A bag of Cheetos, always in the front pocket there, easy accessible. And this is again Hunter Orange vest that I attach to the top of my bag, and really brightens it up for going through hunting areas. And I always have a clothespin to hang up whenever I'm drying something, just to kind of keep it from blowing away. And on this side over here is the other bottle, empty right now. And right here, actually I'll go into here. This is my safety hanky. The ATC tells all the first aid and stuff as such, but that's just kind of an added bonus. It's orange, so you can drape it as well to be seen. And I thought it was cool, and I just used it to dry stuff. It's our thru hiker, our hang tag this year. In the side pocket here, I have my water filter. We use a Sawyer squeeze, so this is the actual filter. I keep it in this bag right now because it's wintertime and you can't let it freeze. So I keep it in this, and it'll go into the sleeping bag when I sleep, just to keep it from freezing, or in my pocket. That's why it's in that bag. And then this is the actual bag that you scoop water from the streams or whatever. Put it here, and it connects to the Sawyer squeeze. We also have like a little metal hanger here, to hang it up on tree limbs and let it kind of gravity feed. And we also have this coupler here that connects the filter to a water bottle, so you can just hang it up and let the water filter right into your water bottle. So that's the water filtration. And let's see what else I got here. This is for bear hang, to hang your food bag. So you put a rock sack and the bear line, or the string. Put your rocks in there and then tie your food, throw it over a tree limb, hang your food bag. Stays out there. And tent stakes for the tent. So we can get to that really easy. And these are the tent poles for the tent. All right, that's all in the side pockets. Coming around to the front, I have the Garmin InReach Mini 2. This is for safety, SOS, in case of emergencies. I have my hand sanitizer. And in this pouch, I keep my sunglasses, which I never use. So probably don't need them, but they're going to stay in there, I guess, till the end. And I have my bug net, which is not really needed anymore either, but it's so light, I chose to hold on to it. We did need it a lot in Maine and when we first started during the summer. And on this side, I have my little hand towel to wipe sweat and blood and tears and snot. I have a emergency whistle and my thermometer. And then this is the 700 milliliter bottle that I drink from. And that, I believe, I got these little pockets in the hip belt pockets. This is where I keep my electronics handy. This is my power bank here, 20,000. I have my charging little block here and my headlamp. The headlamp here, and my two charging cables, which is for my phone, and then a USB-C. That's where I keep my cables. And I know this is kind of an odd place to put it, but I like for the weight distribution. I like for it to be right there instead of in my backpack. And I get to it if we stop somewhere that has power available. You can plug in real quick and easy. Here, because of the winter time, is my balaclava. And I have some lightweight gloves. It's my lightweight version. A buff. That should be it. Yep, that's it in that pocket. So that's everything on my hip belt and everything on the outside of my pack. All right. Here will work. Actually, I do have a fanny pack that I hang onto the front of my pack. I clip it to the front, to the hip belt. And in here, that's where I keep my phone and my easy access snacks. My little bag of snacks that I kind of pre-make for the day. And a meat stick. This is also where I keep my batteries and memory cards for the camera. And for a quick, I can grab batteries and memory real quick if I need it. Right now, because of the winter, I have a little pack of toe warmers and hand warmers. And I keep my wallet and handy dandy little Swiss Army knife, little tiny knife. And that's what I carry in front of me so I can grab my snacks really easy and snack the whole time I'm walking. All right, now into the pack we go. The pack is a Z-Packs Arc Haul. It's a 70 liter, but it's just a big one because I want to fit everything in it and have lots of extra room. On top is Rainfly. I use a Sea to Summit stuff sack, but this is the Rainfly for our tent. The tent's a Big Agnes Copper Spur ultralight 3-person long version. All right. Again, some goldfish, easy access, right on top. This is a empty bottle that I carry to make coffee or hot chocolate or drink, morning drinks in the morning. These bottles are pretty strong. On the top I have an electronic bag, which inside of it is some little microphones. It's usually in there. I keep a Sharpie and a little tripod for the camera. One of those little, tripod deals. And this is a pump for the air mattress. And I keep some wired headphones. That's for the headphones. And I have 2 more charging cables in here, which is for my watch and just another USB-C. That's all my electronics there. This is my first aid. I can get into this in a little bit. I may go a little bit overboard with my first aid and repair kit and everything, but that's just me. I'll break that down later. And right now, this is kind of a work in progress. This is, right now it's just got hand warmers. I got cold, so, and this is a knee brace that I'm trying to wean myself off of. Let's sit in there. Food bag, which is full of food. It's 3 days of food. I have the dog bone so I can hang it up in a tree, and inside of here is all my food and my pot and stove and gas. So this is everything. And in here, toothbrush and medication. And let's see here. Yeah, the rest of it's just food and my spoon. Keep my spoon in here. That's it. But the stove and gas is in here, and I have a. Let's go ahead and pull it out. I have lots of food and snacks in there. It's my pot, and I think it's I don't remember how big it is. 900 milliliters pot. And my SOBO Windmaster stove. And gas. And I keep a cooking bandana wrapped up in there for cleaning and keeping everything dry. And that's food. And this is extra toilet paper. We have a kit that's got everything in it. This is just a backup roll, because the actual kit is in scoop bag. And inside the bag is a, one more thing. I have this kind of just like a little ditty bag. And inside it is, this is my towel for taking showers when the towel is not available. Very small. I also have earplugs. When you can't sleep or there's some type of noise, just little earplugs there. And I do have a flip fuel. So if I have two fuel canisters that are slightly used, I can pour it into one. That's what that is. And then I have these little wipes. When you get them wet, they turn into like wet wipes for wiping off, washing your face, or just cleaning. And let's see, so I keep my lighter extra. Haven't really used it. Started a fire too, but that's about it. And a little tiny pack of Kleenex. Just we had to use it for a busted lip, but just for that kind of stuff. And that is all that's in there. And then in here, it's like a Nylaflume plastic bag. You can use a trash bag, but this one's clear and makes a lot of noise. Nemo all season air mattress. It's really good. I like it. It's not a gear review, but I like it. And this is my quilt. This is a 40-degree summer Enlightened Equipment quilt. Really good, but it's, like I said, 40 degrees, so it's kind of like a summer quilt. Hope to get our winter quilt maybe tomorrow. And then I have a silk liner, a sleeping bag liner. I like the lightweight silk. It's really nice. You sleep inside of it, inside of your sleeping bag, like a sheet. And I carry this, what looks to be a drywall sponge, because it is. This is like a leg pillow to keep my knees, because they're sore. Keeps them, I sleep with. And this is my inflatable pillow. It's a really big one, really nice one. Love it. And this is another buff that I use as a pillowcase because I like to keep it clean. And that's all for that. Going in a little further. This is my puffy, Montbell puffy. Keeps you really, really warm. It's a down jacket. And some shorts, just regular shorts. I have a Smart Wool t-shirt. This is for sleeping or just a short sleeve shirt. And then I have a long sleeve Smart Wool shirt for sleeping, or when it gets really, really cold. We've already kind of switched to cold weather gear, so that's why I see kind of some warm stuff here. And Montbell, like long johns or Montbell pants. And I may be a little crazy, but I got real light Montbell underwear, real lightweight. And I have a pair of Darn Tough, the Appalachian Trail version socks. And I have the Injinji liner socks. So I'm wearing a set, and I have a clean set, and then I have one more pair of socks. think they fell out. One more pair of socks to sleep in. Darn tough. That's all that. And the last thing is I have the Gossamer Gear 1/8 inch foam pad, and we use it under our sleeping pads to just kind of protect them, keep them from getting any holes. I feel like it's worked, and it kind of keeps you, when you're sleeping on the slant, kind of keeps your sleeping pad in place and not sliding to the bottom of the tent. Let's see, I think that's it other than what I'm actually wearing. I do have my Lecky trekking poles. I have 2 of those. And what I'm wearing is the Appalachian Gear alpaca hoodie, which this company is no longer in existence, but absolutely love this. My favorite, probably favorite piece of gear. And then under this is it's like a wool hoodie, kind of a zip up type or quarter zip wool hoodie that I wear underneath it. And I have outdoor research long pants, and I've worn these pretty much every day. I've worn the shorts a couple of days, but mostly these pants. Like I said, darn tough socks with inch-inching liners. And my shoes at this time are Ultra Olympus 6. This is started with Topos for the first through the 100-mile wilderness, and then I switched to Ultras and had to go up a size. So nothing wrong with the Topos, but I think they were a little short. So I went up a size to the Ultras, and this is my second pair of Ultras. So total, this is my 3rd pair of shoes since we started. And I do have a little bit more cold weather gear. I do have a -30 beanie, and I do have some Montbell, like really warm gloves, because my fingers freeze. So this is my cold weather gloves. And I think, and I have a GoPro that I keep in my pocket here so that I can record with it, and my phone that I keep in the front that I mentioned earlier. And I think that's it. That is everything. I have a Garmin watch. But other than that, I think that is everything. So any questions, let me know. All right, this is the first aid bag. That's first aid and repair kit. And this is for 3 people, so keep that in mind. And I just may go overboard a little bit with my first aid. This is all my medications and cold and allergy and upset stomach and pain, everything. This is kind of all of my medications for emergencies and what have you. Let's see here. This is my Band-Aids and kind of like medical tape. Totally don't need it, but tongue depressor for like a little mini splint. And these are like the iodine type looking Q-tips for cleaning wounds. Very light, very light. So I can have that. These are all the triple antibiotics, or your alcohol wipes, sting reliefs, just the little ointments in this little bag. And then this is my, like a repair kit. Got the little net, air mattress repair, thread, sewing needle, some thread. This is like a nylon thread with a curved needle, all the repair type things. As well as a tent pole splint. This one was used in our tent incident. We needed like 5 of these, so here's one of them I saved. that's another story for another day. This is a tick key, a little tick remover, and some tweezers and a safety pin. Super glue, again, used. I do have some Leuco tape for blisters and stuff like that. Have used a lot of that. After bite, definitely used that. This is a medication. This is fire starter that we picked up along the way. It's really like a survival type fire starter. Yeah, there's a little more story to it, but I thought I'd keep this in here. These are water purification tablets. We use the Sawyer squeeze, but this is for that really questionable water. And we did use that a few times when we had some sketchy water sources, but that's what these are. And then I've got zip ties. Got a small little handful of zip ties in here. A little mini, kind of like an ace bandage. Luckily I hadn't used it, but it's lightweight. And I have a little roll of duct tape. And I have gear, like tenacious tape, I think. It's gear tape. And we've had to use that quite a bit for tent repairs and such. This is where I keep my Sawyer squeeze, little gasket or O-ring type thing, gasket or whatever you call it. You know, because if this falls out of your filter, then it kind of makes it useless. So I keep that in there. And I also keep extra caps if your water bottle cap breaks, because that's a mess when that happens. So that, and then just a regular cap. And that is actually all that's in there. And then on the outside in this bag is just where I have some little tiny strings. These are part of the tent. Whenever we're sleeping on a platform, these 4 little strings will tie the tent down to the platform. And then one other little piece in there that I'll string up, or I'll tie these together and make like a clothesline for drying shirts and gear when it's wet. Also wanted to mention, as far as summer, I did have a Outdoor Research Echo long sleeves like sun hoodie that I sent back when it started cooling off, and switched to this wool hoodie. And I also had a short sleeve Echo shirt that I wore on the regular, summertime. So those 2 items went back, and picked up the Smart Wool t-shirt and the wool hoodie. So that was part of the swap. But those are really the big changes from summer to winter. And picked up the gloves and balaclava and beanie. So, those got added later for the cold weather. I did forget to mention that I do wear Ultra gaiters. Hook onto the Ultra shoes to keep rocks from falling down into my shoe, which happens a lot without these. So I definitely like having gaiters to keep rocks and sticks and dirt out of my shoes. And also, one other thing that I started with was an Alpha hoodie, which is similar to this, but it's very, very, very lightweight. And I'll try to add a picture. But real lightweight, so I had it the whole time for whenever it would be just a little bit cool. But I sent it back and picked up the alpaca hoodie for the cooler weather. And that should be it. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Thank you very much.
動画を見てくれてありがとうございます。